Alright, give a quick update on progress of the dash. So yes, last time we cut it in half, and then we also shortened it this amount right here. Cut that off the back of it so it wouldn't stick out so far. And then we went ahead and used the bead roller and rolled the lip, as you can see all the way down that, to kind of match the one here from Studebaker, so it'll fit in the car better. Our next step is going to be to shorten the dash about where that line is in the middle, and then so we can get all this in the car, we're going to end up having to cut this probably somewhere right in this range straight, be straight with that. So you can see how much wider the 59 Impala dash is than the one we're currently working on. We're getting ready to clean some paint off, and then we're going to tack weld it and then see if it fits in the car again. We'll be lucky if it does. Okay, try that.
Okay, they're cutting part of the dash away so they can get the door to close.
See what it looks like.
I'll have to get something else to finish that cut.
Yeah, well, let's see how close it is.
Okay.
Probably ain't gonna matter. Alright, we got the dash all contoured out to match the door. Let's see, it's just about a perfect fit. A little bit of a tight gap there, we'll clean it up a little more. Then we're gonna put a little clearance gap around the entire thing, and then we're going to have to figure out what door panel we're going to do, and then we'll finish it up after that.
Cutting off the dash on the right side.
Alright, we got both sides of the dash cut out and the doors shutting. Still got to do the inner piece in there to seal it off and cut it off a little more. Got the doors kind of fitting to see how everything would look. Went ahead and pieced the car together real quick to see what it was going to look like, and it looks really good.
Where are your fans?
Upstairs.
Upstairs?
Yeah. Alright, we were getting ready to fit the steering column in it through this hole here, which is ginormous. So we made up a plate here. And just didn't look right. And we needed to cut this thing off all down here because all that is all rot. Same thing down here. All that's rotted out. We were going to have to patch the whole piece in from here down and weld it all the way across. And since this hole here is fighting us, we don't want to weld the piece in now, we decided to cut the whole firewall out. We'll set the engine in, get the engine fitted where we want, so that way we know where the distributor tunnel is going to be. And right now I'm just marking off where all the tack welds are on top. We'll take a drill them all out, and then the whole firewall should fall out of there. And then we'll set the engine in with no firewall in it, go from there.
Okay, still trying to get the firewall off. It all drilled. The welds all drilled out. Tops. Get it apart. not easy.
Missed a few steps here, but after we cut the old firewall out, we made up a wooden pattern out of some thin wood. And then we started working on getting the steering figured out. We got the columns set in the car, and then we hooked up our steering shaft, bought a slip joint. Originally thought we were going to have 3 total joints, including the one down there at the steering gear. But after we got the steering column in, we realized this one slip joint would work real nice with just one joint here, which I don't have yet, unfortunately. And then we'll put one support about in here, a 1-inch heim joint, to help support the steering shaft a little bit. I spent the last 4 hours making this piece of recessed firewall that will weld to the back of the firewall out of some 4-inch exhaust tubing that was slit, cut at 2 different angles, and then we made a plate at the back to weld up so that little ball would slide through that pivots. And then we had to cut it back an angle right here on the floorboard. This will all be cut out to match up and just look like one hole right there. On the inside, we found out this is a 2-inch steering shaft and a 283 connecting rod with a bearing that's a little bit undersized. Fits perfectly on there for a steering support. So Gary Small gave us this rod probably 15-20 years ago for a wall hanger, and that's now made its way into our Studebaker. We just have some pieces of flat aluminum tacked onto the rod for right now to hold it in place, so we could check to make sure everything is going to work okay, and it looks like it all is. Then before we made up that support down there out of the piece of exhaust tubing, we made up took a 2-inch exhaust clamp and just hung it from the firewall up there so we could get the steering column where we wanted it to make that piece, figure out where we wanted everything to line up. Now everything's sitting in place. That piece is where it's lined up. We'll make a little filler panel back there for the dash, the tilt column, and everything is sitting up looking good. So that's how we spent our Saturday. Alright, that's going to do it for this update on the Studebaker. As you can see, we're busy working on the dash and the firewall, and we're not going to be able to really finish the dash out until the roll cage is partially put in. We'll see how that goes when we get to it. Project's coming along nice. Just a ton of work, as you can see. We're building every piece for this thing by hand, so it's going to take a while to get her done. But anyways, thanks for watching, and as always, please like and subscribe.